Alright, so I have a very special video for you guys today where it's mainly going to be catering towards the free-to-plays who've been asking what banners should you summon on, what should you invest in. So this isn't going to be just solely based on what you should be summoning on, but also the amount of dupes we get and who you should be duping out with those free SSR dupes that we get. So we're going to be just going over the full, basically confirmed, quote-unquote, slash leaked current banner schedule that we could kind of put together, that I've made a graphic for, and I have basically everything for the crystals that we get per month. So per month we're getting about 28,000, give or take. You got to consider that some things I'm just gonna kind of I'll leave it here. Wait, hold on, let me zoom out. So just check it for a little bit, and then I'll kind of go back in and just explain. So basically, there's a lot of things. For example, like maintenance might be higher, attendance, well, no, it's gonna be the same. I don't know, I'm kind of stupid for that one. But bond could be higher, could be lower, right? Mage piece could be higher, could be lower, and pity coins should no, that's per month. That's actually per month. So never mind about that one. But then certain things where we'll get other or more stuff from other types of content. Oh, I should probably zoom out from other types of content. Bingo last season gave more, but I'm just counting for this season where it's going to give 21 pulls. I lowballed it to 2,400. So in total, we're getting about 28,000. But of course, it should be a bit higher considering there's other types of content that they are giving us on global, which is pretty good. So yeah, this is for the amount of pulls. We're getting about 28 up to 30,000 a month. You got to consider Hall of Illusions also is giving us more. We just got a buff of 2,700 crystals, so there is that stuff to consider. Okay, so now that we're done that, I just wanted to kind of go over that first of all. Now we could go to checking this out. So these are the banner schedule that we have from the leaks. From this has been confirmed from multiple leaks, right? So we have Yuno and Langris on the 25th. Okay, so we're going to be getting this in 5 days. And then we have season 4 on February 6th. So this is a 20-day season, which is pretty nice. So how we could kind of guess this works is that 20-day seasons have one pickup, and then 30-day seasons have a fest with another pickup, essentially. And it seems that fests are even numbers and non-fest slash 20-day seasons are odd numbers. So 1 and 3 are 20 days, 2 and 4 are fest slash 30 days from what we're seeing. So I just inferred that on March 4th to 7th is when this season's going to start. And if we check it out, let me just kind of backtrack. Black Asta is coming on the 12th of February. And what is cool about this is that it should be normal tickets. So people will be able to use all their tickets on it. Nothing special about it. Same thing as Julius. Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to mention. And then we got Gold Vero. And then here we got season 5 being Magna and Charlotte, which is just something I guessed from. But it should be technically, right? This wasn't confirmed, but considering how this is a 30-day season and this starts February 6th, I said March 4th to 7th is when this season should start. And then about 10 days later, we get Fauna and Witch Queen. So yeah, this banner is complete speculation, but the rest is not. Now, what I decided to include was showing you guys how we get basically February 1st, we're getting our 8th dupe if you logged in and did your dailies every day. Then on the 21st, we get our 9th dupe. And then on March 12th, we get our 10th dupe. So I'm basically going to be playing with this. And I'm going to say that most people have probably used 3 to 4 dupes, but I've been telling people to save. I think if I remember correctly, I said like at least use 2 on Julius, but that's the only unit I think you should have used it on. So we're gonna go off of that, but also a bit off of summoning. So this is gonna be for free to plays mainly. Now, besides just the main units you should summon for, I did make it so that if you want to go for mono red, mono green, or the burn team, what units you should be getting or prioritizing in the future. Essentially, that's basically how it's gonna work. So let's just head right into it, go into the main units. I'm going to be talking about what dupe they should be at, and then also discussing skill pages at the same time, because skill pages are still very important, right? Starting off, okay, I'm going to go in order. The next unit that is a must summon is Noel. Okay, I'm not going to do full kit recaps, but because obviously I want to talk about them in the future, and I don't want to make it too repetitive for you guys to have to re-listen to this over and over. But this unit is going to be crazy for the meta, just reducing a lot of SP. And my thing that I just realized is that she removes all buffs from an enemy, which I didn't know till recently, which is insane. But besides just that, her main thing that I like a lot is that her LR passive reduces the damage dealt by attackers for 1 turn at the start of a battle. And then if you get her at 2 dupes, she gets 30% incapacitate. So she's going to be able to basically stop damage a lot, taunt, right, do a bunch of stuff. Basically, she is the ultimate unit to basically stop the enemy from doing damage and also lowering the damage they do, essentially, right? Now, for most people, just dupe 0 is fine. But if you're trying to compete competitively, I would say get Dupe 2. Dupe 2 is all you need. She doesn't get extra speed, but just getting this Dupe 2 for the 30% incapacitate is going to be what I'd go for. And honestly, I'd say this banner is a skip. You could skip this banner. You choose Noelle, and then you get her to Dupe 2. And if you want to summon because you want to get Charmy, then sure, try to get Noelle to Dupe 2 while summoning, and that's it, right? You don't need Charmy, okay? Looking at it at the moment, the Mario Leona banner the Mario Leona team does not seem to be something that wants to be ran with Charmy. I could be wrong, but for a lot of people who want to run the burn team, Charmy is going to be good in both directions. So what I find funny is that if we look at her from Fuego, she is good with Fuego, but then if we look at her with Magna, then she's good with Magna, but with Magna's very short-lived, and in this meta, from how the pickups are looking, Magna's going to be yikes is essentially how I'm saying it. So yeah, Magna's not going to be too good in upper PvP, so that is very unfortunate. So Charmy is going to only be good, not great. She's going to be good, not great. So yeah, Magna though with Mario Leona is going to be a different story, but that's another topic I'm going to talk about later. But Charmy's not needed. She could be fun. If you max dupe her, she's going to be great. It's just a high investment for free to plays that I don't think is worth it when she won't really, from what I could see with Mario Leona, obviously Mario is not out yet. She's not going to be as worth it. She's not going to be crazy. But Noelle, 2 dupes going to be great. You could use 2 dupes on her, skip this banner completely, which means up till February 12th, you're going to be chilling. For another 22 days, you're chilling, right? So choose Noelle, right? You could wait the days. Don't summon on that banner. It's not worth it. The thing is, though, what I think is fair enough if you want to say is that this skill page is very good. Now, this skill page becomes much better when you max dupe it. Are you going to be doing that as a free-to-play? You let me know. But if you are, then hey, go on this banner. This is the best skill page in the game. Best skill page in the game. It's going to be good until the end of time. It is unstoppable, okay? Until debuff block is there for like 10 turns, you're not stopping this. You're not stopping this. So, to me, if you want to go in this banner for the skill page, then sure. But at that point, I would go on the skill page banner almost, right? So, you know, to me, I'd say it's a skip banner for Noelle. But you should get Noelle, get her to 2 dupes with Gateway. That's my opinion, okay? Now, next up is going to be Black Asta. Okay, Black Asta is very interesting. Obviously, we talked about his banner not having the paid limited tickets that JP does have, and is going to continue to have. But Black Asta is very good. Black Asta does need a skill page, so this is why I said skip the Noelle banner and go completely into Black Asta, okay? Because you want to do at least 200 pulls. You want to get the skill page, because once he gets total defense, GG. And then not even just that, he gets increased damage per amount of defense, which just makes him do better defense because of the total defense here, and then better damage when he has the anti-magic under 40% HP. So there's that. Now with dupes, let's talk about with dupe. So at dupe 2, he gets taunt on all enemies, and then at dupe 5, he gets stun block. That stun block is very good, but the stun block is going to be very situational, but in the situations where it's good, it's great. Essentially, if that makes sense, right? When it's good, it's great. And when it's bad, it's okay, right? That's how it is, because stun block is for 1 turn. But if you're going before the enemies, most of the time, it's meh. Now, if you're with Witch Queen, that stun block is amazing. So if you are planning to go for Witch Queen to make Asta a true DPS, right? Probably go for the max dupe, I would say, because essentially how it works is that if he does get stunned, right? It basically delays everything and it kind of screws everything over. But if he can't be stunned, that's great. But when he's under 40%, also you got to consider he can't be stunned, right? He just gets stun block right here, status immunity, status ailment stun immunity. He just gets it right when he has anti-magic. So I'd say for this, going for those dupes does make him more of a DPS and better tank. Is it needed? Not 100%, okay? Just having Black Asta with his skill page is probably good enough, but this is something that I think is going to depend on the account and how much you want to go into it. But if you want to use him as a tank, you just need him at dupe 0. It's going to be fine enough, especially with how the meta is evolving. It's fine, right? If you want to compete in high levels, I would say going for max dupe is pretty recommended, and from the looks of it, you are going to have the resources to go for max dupe. Okay, if you don't summon on this Noelle banner, you play it safe, then you go for Asta and you just go at least 200, 250, 300 pulls, right? I'd say you're fine. Probably stick to 200, in my opinion. That's the best way. But if you look at it, look at how much time is between this and Season 5. Look at that, bro. Look, right? So you have time, okay? You have time to summon on Asta. And you have the dupes to give to him, which I would maybe give him 2 dupes and then summon the rest is probably like my main recommendation. But if you're really dry, just 1 copy of him is good enough. Good luck. Get his skill page, please, okay? It's funny, all three of the units really do need their skill pages. Julius more so for the passive, Asta 50-50, and Mario Leona also 50-50, right? More so for her passive too, though. So there is that. Then obviously you skip these two. You skip Vettel and Gul'dari. They don't really serve too much of a purpose. But Asta definitely go for that skill page. At least 2 dupes, I would say, to really help him out a lot. But sometimes it can backfire if your Asta is not well built. So maybe, you know, it depends. But if your Asta is well built, definitely going for dupe 2 is not bad. Going for max dupe if you're able, while also just keeping in mind that you're getting around 28,000 pulls, Jesus Christ, crystals a month is how I would go about it. Asta, it's really just about the skill page. Now, after that is going to be Charlotte. Okay, so we look at it right now. The 3 units you need is Noelle, Asta, and then Charlotte. Okay, those are the 3 units for right now. So these are like the 3 main units that you need. Okay, these are 3 units that change PvP and help a lot in PvE. Okay, Asta is going to be great in PvE against bosses, especially with Witch Queen and Charlotte. It's just cracked, bro. It's so stupid. So her, I recommend 2 dupes. You need 2 dupes, okay? So max dupe would be great, but the thing is, in high PvP, it won't change too much, okay? It won't change much because of the fact she's still going to be slower than William, which is going to have an effect, okay? So it doesn't really matter, unless it's a speed team for Charlotte. In most cases, being at 120 speed is going to be fine enough. Obviously, 124 speed, which she gets the last 4 speed from the dupes, is going to help her a lot, but 120 is fine, right? Now, the dupe 2, what it gives is a barrier to the person with the high solid attack, the DPS, every single time it's her turn. Right, so this is usually a like 40 to 60k barrier every time it's her turn. So that's why you want to get the dupe 2. The rest is fine, right? Her skill page is pretty good. I would recommend going for her skill page if you can. I think summoning on this banner is fine, right? Magna is not a must need, but especially if you're going for Mario, which we're going to talk about later, it's not bad to summon on this banner. This banner is very good. Okay, Magna's skill page is great. Sorry, it's okay. It's good enough. Charlotte's skill page is amazing on her. Charlotte is amazing. Magna is amazing. So this banner, you could do 100, 150, 200 pulls if you are able to. And I think you'd be fine. Just looking at the fact that we should be getting a fest in season 6, right? That's when Mario Leona should be coming out. So essentially, yeah. If you want to do some pulls on this banner, go ahead. But the main thing you're targeting for this banner is Charlotte at 2 dupes. And if you get that skill page, amazing. Beautiful, right? That's essentially how we go about it. If we just, to kind of give you guys an example why it's so good, basically it's this. So she increases the amount of SP she's giving up to 3. It doesn't show it, but 3 SP. And then she also adds stun block for 2 turns. Sorry, so she gives the person that she's choosing 2 turn stun block, which makes it so that the person gets 3 SP, debuff immunity, and stun block that she targets on her skill 2. So yeah, very good. So I forgot this part. I'm gonna add it in afterwards. But Mario Leona is the 4th unit I'd say is going to be very good. She should be in season 6. So she is in a while. Okay, so as I explained before, every like what, 2 or so season, basically 2 seasons from what we've been seeing. Season 2 we got Julie, season 4 we're getting Asta, so season 6 makes sense for her to be Mario Leona. She's gonna be very good. Okay, so just looking at her, she gives monozone to the whole team with her skill page, so you are gonna want a skill page, which gives stun block, which is I presume 2 turns, because monozone should be 2 turns, right? So it's gonna be for 2 turns, and damage reduction. And not just that, her skill 2 also removes barriers, and her ult is going to be a Magna ult essentially, where per burn extra damage is basically applied, and also she removes barriers and gets an extra turn. It's literally Magna's ult. Now what makes her really crazy to me is that she's a tank, right? Which goes really good with this passive. If it stays insane. Okay, let me read it. The person with the high solid attack for 1 turn will be taunted. That means that Julius is going to be on Mario Leona, and why that's crazy. Let me explain. Mario Leona gives herself stun block when she's at 8 SP. So when she's at 8 SP, she gives monozone to herself, and that's basically at the start of turn, right? So Julius is gonna ult Mario Leona, and guess what? She can't be stunned, and she's a tank. She's gonna have damage reduction. She's gonna survive Julius. She's amazing against Julius, and she's gonna be very good. She's gonna be good just for a team with full mono green and also burn team, and then also just probably the best team in the game. She's gonna work as the 3rd slot or 4th slot with Charlotte, William, Julius, and then Mario Leona. The 4th slot is so like flexible. You could use Mario Leona, Noelle, or Asta. So yeah, Mario Leona is the 4th unit I would say is pretty much a must summon, because she's gonna be so versatile for mono green, for burn, and then also for just the best team in the game, right, with Charlotte and Julius. So yeah, that's basically quite important. So basically, just a quick recap. The main units you want: 2 dupe Noelle, Asta, it really varies, but him with skill page at the bare minimum, and then 2 dupe Charlotte. In the next 2 months, That's all you need. That's all you need, okay? That's all you need. There's other teams that I'm going to mention now, but for you to have a good account to run good in PvP and also stay consistent in PvE for everything that's coming, you're fine. That's all you need, okay? Now, of course, there's other stuff, and that's what we're going to mention. If you're trying to run mono red and be truly just have the best team, okay? Even as a free-to-play, it should be doable if you get lucky, okay? Hey, I'm just putting it out there. The thing is, with how this is looking, you could, okay, just to say, you could choose Noelle, you choose Charlotte, you use dupes on them, and you use 0 pulls, okay? Isn't that crazy? You could dead ass, okay? If you're free to play and you want to summon on other things, you don't summon on Season 4, you don't summon on Season 5, you summon on Black Asta, and then you get the pickups that you need for certain teams. Isn't that insane? You could just not summon, but I would recommend doing a bit of summons, but you don't need to summon. Okay, you don't need to summon. Now, Mono Red. First one, Witch Queen makes Mono Red amazing with Black Asta. Obviously, this is the prerequisite. You have to have Black Asta. But Witch Queen will make it so that she puts him under 40% and then lets Black Asta go crazy. Plus, if it's Mono Red, okay, this is actually insane. So she gives him immortality. She gives defenders immortality, and sure, she does put him under the threshold, but what's good about it is that he has to attack first. So he gets one attack in, and then the immortality is gone. But that's fine, because the way it works is that it saves you from dying once you're under that. Once she puts you to 30%, you're very, very, very in the danger zone, right? You're in the danger zone because you're at 30% HP. A Julius could easily kill you. But why Julius won't be going too crazy if there is Witch Queen is because, sure, he could try stunning you, but you have stun block when you have anti-magic, so you're fine there. And then you get to attack no matter what because of the fact that you can't be stunned, and then you can't die. So no matter what, you're getting a hit in. Okay, essentially that, and then the life steal brings you back up to 100% HP. So Witch Queen is very good for that, and then just makes it so much better because he gets to just basically total silence one person and maybe do a couple times, but for the first person, total silence reduces their mobility and basically makes it so that they're kind of just like fucked, right? They're fucked, right? So usually you're going to be going first on a full mono red team because of the fact he has the Voltos ult for himself where he gives himself 20% mobility. So he's going to be able to basically stop either Season 6 Charlotte in the future, Julius from attacking completely, right? Or just William if you really don't want William to go, or anyone else, right? Anyone else. So this is why Yuno is very good. These two together, you put Witch Queen, Yuno, Asta, and then either Finral or Charlotte, and that's GG. You're going to win a lot of your games. Mono Red is great. Asta does not need to be on Mono Red, but if you want to run Mono Red and have Asta as a DPS, then run this, right? Go for this. But if you want to use Asta but don't care about having him be a DPS every single game, then you don't need Witch Queen. Okay, you don't need Witch Queen. But if you want to have fun with it, just use this team. I made a video on it, Black Asta video. Let me pull it up just to show you guys. So this one, hopefully I don't talk, but basically I use him in the best team in the game, essentially, this one. And then also Mono Red, which works very well too. I used it with Finral. I love this team so much. It really is amazing. So there is that. Mono Red, that's it. These are the two units you're going to need to go for. And you could basically build it around just summoning on only Asta if you really want to go for this team. You get Yuno, you get Witch Queen later though. That's the worst part. This Mono Red team won't be good until Witch Queen comes out around this time. So essentially, you could just not summon on Yuno and hope you get lucky and get him in the unfeatured. If you want to do that, you only need to summon on Witch Queen and then hope you get lucky with Yuno, right? That's basically how you should go about it, right? But as I said, the only three units you really need is Noelle, which you should pick, Asta, which you have to summon obviously with skill page, and then Charlotte, which you could pick. And then you use dupes for Noelle, you use dupes for Charlotte, and then Asta you could just summon and go crazy. So I'd say you should have enough pulls. Like, you're going to be getting over 400 pulls in the next 2 months, and you only really need to use 200 to 300. So you're going to be net positive. Now, going on to mono green. Okay, so mono green, obviously, if you're going to go mono green, right, if you're trying to have fun with Mario Leona on a mono green team, which is going to work very well with Mario, Fauna is going to be pretty much needed. She is the main DPS. She has insane nuke damage up to what? 210%, but then she also gets extra attack of a 180, so up to 390% on her ult. So yeah, Fauna is going to be great, and she's just going to work well. So if you want to have fun on the full mono green team, she's good. I don't think she's amazing. I think she's honestly a very solid unit. But I think we're missing something which Mario Leona might bring. We're going to have to see. It's not something I'm confirming, but Mario might bring the thing that she needs. But I don't think Fauna is as good as like Julius, Black Asta, all those units. But she's still good, right? For a pickup, she's still good. And if you want to just throw 50 pulls at her, that's fine. I don't think you should go too crazy on her though, me personally. Now, Vanessa's also going to be free, but Vanessa will work very well with Fauna on the mono green team because she gives protection for 2 turns, which means you cannot target Fauna for 2 turns, which obviously because Yuno is going to come into the mix, he basically blocks Fauna from using her skill 2 and ult for 2 turns. So it's going to be very good to have Vanessa with Fauna, and Vanessa should be free. So that's pretty much free for you guys. Now, if you want to run the burn team with Mario Leona, obviously, but I've already talked about her. Magna is who you need at 2 dupes, right? So remember 2 dupes because of the fact that every time he hits someone with a burn, he stuns them. Now, of course, Mario Leona might kind of negate this, but to be fair, Magna has 109 speed. Mario Leona should be at 100 speed, so Mario Leona will only be able to give stun block to the whole team after Magna attacks. So Magna is going to be able to get some very juicy stuns in, right? Now the thing is, Black Asta max dupe does completely negate Magna, but the thing is, Magna's damage is still crazy. Okay, so he's gonna at least get 1 turn, 1 guaranteed kill, because what, 40% increased damage per burn, gets an extra turn when he kills, and he removes barriers. This is a pretty much guaranteed kill. Now what he did need was Mario Leona, because he needs damage reduction. He needs to just basically have something to sustain him and make sure Julius cannot target him. And because Mario Leona at either 2 dupe or 5 dupe, not sure which is which for the because there's 2 parts of the LR dupe passive, but we don't know which is which. But whichever or gives a taunt for the DPS, because she taunts the DPS. Mario Leona taunts the person with the highest all attack for 1 turn, which is going to stop that person from attacking Magna, which is all Magna needed to be good, right? To stop turn 1, for him to survive at least 1 turn and then get set up. That's the main thing that's important. So Magna now will be very good with Mario Leona, which should come the season after, right? Magna season 5, Mario should be season 6. If we're sticking to the like logical schedule and all things, right? So Magna, if you want burn team, is going to be good. I don't think you need the other burn units being Charmy and Fuego, but Magna will be crazy with Mario Leona. Okay, crazy. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, that's basically it. We have 3 niche teams that all work very well and all have a place in the meta. But mainly the 4 units, of course, Noelle, Asta, Charlotte, and Mario Leona are the 4 main units that you need. The rest is just if you want to run them. That's why I give them as options. But that's essentially it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this helped you guys make up your mind. But yeah, you really don't need to go too crazy on many banners. It's really just getting Noelle, dupe 2, Asta. Dupe 5 would be very good, but you don't need it, right? But getting a dupe 5 would be good. Charlotte, dupe 2, and then Mario Leona. Well, you probably want to go for dupe 2 or 5, but we're going to have to test more. I didn't mention it because we're going to have to test more, see how it works. But dupe 2 is probably going to be what you should be going for in most cases. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.